All right, hello there. Hello. Welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. How's everybody doing? Now, as you know, I've been having a bit of issues in the past few live streams. I've messed around a little bit with the settings. Hopefully things are good now. To be fair, I'm not entirely sure. So let's have a quick walk around here. Let's walk around the aircraft to see if everything is all good in the streams. Not entirely sure if I'm being honest. But I think everything is looking okay. All right. Yep, I think we're looking okay. We are looking okay. Perfect. I don't seem to have any issues at the moment. Hopefully it will remain that way. But things are looking good right now. Yes, they are. Okay, fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, so we are flying the A321 LR today. Now, I've never flown this particular aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I have flown the A320 by fly-by-wire and the default A320s in 2020 a couple of times. I don't think I've ever flown the A320 default in 2024. I definitely have not flown the IniBuilds A321 LR, which is the aircraft that we're flying today. Air New Zealand, of course we are in New Zealand. We're flying from Christchurch International to Queenstown. So that's what we'll be doing today. Let's take a quick look at the textures and stuff here, which, to be entirely honest with you, are decent. They look good. Yeah, they look good. The textures look good. Yes, they do. They definitely do. So that's something I believe IniBuilds are quite good at anyway, the textures. So yeah, the actual textures looking very, very good. Brilliant. Look at that. Yeah, that looks great. Looks fantastic. Let's head on towards the landing gear side. Okay, a little bit of polygon there. Very, very little. That's not too bad at all. Tires are looking great. This is not too bad for a default aircraft. Yeah, it's not too bad for a default aircraft. The gear, yeah, it's modeled quite well. Some sort of detail in the landing bay area as well. Very nice. Very, very good. All right. Now, if we take a look at, oh, these are all modeled really well. I think it's pretty decent for a default aircraft. I think it's done very, very nicely. Yeah, it is pretty nice. Okay, anyway, that's enough of that. Maybe we'll take a look. I've removed the engine covers, as you can see. Removed the wheel chocks. It didn't come with any pitot tube covers, so nothing there to do. Very good. Level of detail is very, very nice. I like this. I like this quite a bit. Yes, I do. Okay. Let's enter the aircraft. It's in cold and dark, as you can tell. Oh, wait. I do have default views set up for this one, so I might have flown this at some point. Okay. But I've most definitely not flown an entire route with it. I'm pretty sure about it. So we do have some views available, so that's interesting. That is definitely interesting. Okay, let me go to the drone mode. Let's take a quick look around. There we go. We are in Christchurch, New Zealand, which this isn't too bad for a default airport, if you ask me. Yeah, it's not too terrible, although the runways are pretty bad, but it's not too terrible for a default aircraft. It's airport, sorry. It's not even handcrafted. So it's not too terrible by MSFS standards, mind you. But yeah. Okay. Great. Looking good here. Looking good. Let's head back into the cockpit, shall we? Not waste any more time. Rather, we should get started, but before we do, I need to set up some views here. These views aren't exactly the best. So I'm going to go ahead and set up some views here. There we go. Come on. Okay. Okay. Set up some views. Okay, let me have a look at what we have in terms of... Okay. It's a tablet right there. That's a wing view right there. I would want to use the wing view a little bit from like towards, yeah, I think somewhere there is better. There we go. Something like that is cool for the wing view. Brilliant. Perfect. That looks good. That looks good for that. That's brilliant. Let's see, what other view can we use for the cabin? I think for the cabin, I'm going to use the other side from the engine view so we can take a look at that as we go through, particularly the landing replay. So let's have a look at that. Should we do that? There we go. Scoot in there. Scooch towards the engine. There you go. I think that's a decent enough of a view, don't you think? Perhaps a little bit behind, just so we can see the tip of the wing there. You know what? I'm just gonna go a little bit more here. Oh, come on, view. There we go. That is a better view right there. That is a better view. Yep, I'll take that. I shall take that. Brilliant. Just need to make some modifications there, so we got a good view just there. There we go. That is... There we go. That's much better. Let's use that as a view there. Brilliant. What else? What other view do we need? Oh, that's a good view. Now we need a little view of our FMC. So yeah, I clearly haven't flown this thing, at least not recently, because otherwise all these views would have been pretty much set up. As you can tell, I really haven't flown this thing. Which is going to make it really fun, because it's always a hoot when I try to fly something I've never flown before. So let's see how that goes for us today. Okay. There we go. It's not too bad, right? It's not a bad view at all. We'll take that. That's enough of viewing. There we go. That's a little bit... It's a little bit too forward, huh? It's a little bit too forward. There we go. That is better. Brilliant. Okay. With that, we've got our views set up and we are ready to go. We are ready to roll. Okay. So far I'm looking at my stream and everything seems to be in order. Twitch is responding. Microsoft Flight Simulator is going well. Yeah, everything seems to be in order. Which is great. All right. No point in delaying this any longer. Let's go ahead and take a look at little nav map here, so that we can have a better look at today's route. Christchurch in New Zealand, which is where I am at the moment. I am parked into gate 20. We shall take off from runway 02 and a little loop around our way, then head pretty much downwind of the runway direction. Head on down towards Queenstown, where we'll have a very interesting and scenic approach into Queenstown runway 05. Yeah, that's the one that we are going to land into. So the way how it works is we have an RNAV approach, and that's our arrival. We have an RNAV approach. It's going to take us right towards the foot of the runway pretty much, and then from there we're going in just like this. Visual. 4,000 feet. That's not too bad. It's going to be a very interesting approach, and it's very, very beautiful. It's an approach that I've done before, so really looking forward to that one. Okay, there we go. That's our route on little nav map. It's our route on little nav map. We'll leave that just the way it is, and we shall put that away for the time being. That being said, let's go ahead and get our aircraft started up. Shall we do that? Shall we do that? Yes, we shall. Yes, we shall. Okay. So I'm just going to save this view as well for the time being. Just going to save this one. Okay, perfect. All right. Let's begin with our batteries. Battery 1, 2. External power is available, so we're going to turn that on. We saw that the GPU was plugged in when we checked it last. Crew oxygen supply on, emergency lights armed, nav lights to on, please. Thank you very much. Nav and logo, we can leave it on position number 1, to be honest. Strobe lights to automatic. What else? The ADARS systems obviously need to come to life. There we go. Brilliant. Ground control on the voice recorder or the CVR. There we go. Got a bunch of warnings coming up. Iris in alignment. Okay, let that happen. No one's rushing it. So we're pretty much good overhead. Airbus is so simple, there isn't much to remember. So that's fantastic. Let's come to our tablet here. Hopefully, since I've never flown this, I'm not entirely... What? Oh no, it's that thing where the views don't work properly. Yeah, the views don't work properly, do they? Oh, they do. Oh, sorry, my bad. I just haven't set the view for... this one there. Okay, done. Done. Okay, great. Sim brief. Let's see if it works. Oh, I don't have it set up. Do I not have it set up? Oh, look, it does work. Great. Fantastic. A flight number. Good lord. That is not supposed to be the flight number, but anyway, not a problem. Not a problem. OFP. Okay, that is all fine. Ground equipment. Oh no, it's one of those where the shade, the control. Okay, there we go. Brilliant. GPU, chocks, covers, those are already gone. That's great. Cabin lights, that's all fine. Payload. Let's get that from SimBrief, shall we? Let me go to options, C. What do we have here? Zero fuel entry. Radar controls Tiller. Link instruments no. IRS fast. Throttle settings. I think we're okay. I think we are okay. That all sounds good to me. Fine. Let me bring up a SimBrief plan here. 173 passengers for the day. 4,325 kilo of cargo. 4,957 kilo of fuel. That is all looking pretty decent. Okay, I hope I remember how to do this properly, but nonetheless, let's go to our FMC now. There we go. Go to FMGC. Clear all of that. Go to... what? What's going on here? Ah, there we go. In it, we need to go from NZCH to NZQN. Okay, that's fine. Looking good. Okay, cost index for the day, what is it? Flight number is FDN1. Wait, did we request the route? Didn't we request the route? Oh, good lord, no. Maybe we should have done it before, huh? How do I clear this now? I have no idea. I have no idea how to clear it. I don't know how to request the SimBrief route now, because the request thing has gone away. Anyway, I'm not going to bother myself too much about it. The route is fairly easy to program in. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that first. Let's set up our zero fuel weights and zero fuel center of gravity and all that stuff. I'm going to cheat here first and press apply load instant. That's going to give me all the values I need. So we have all the values I need right here. The zero fuel weight is 65.6. So that is what it is, quite frankly. Right? Yeah, it is. It is. Zero fuel weight 65.630, 65.6. So let me put that in, 65.6 slash zero fuel center of gravity is 31.4. Gonna put that in there. Okay, cost index 0, yeah, I know. Block fuel is supposed to be 4.9. Well, technically it's 5, but let me just go with 4.9 here. 4.9. Okay. Cost index today is supposed to be, how much is cost index? Let me have a look. Cost index is apparently 10. I'm gonna use more like 40. Okay, clear that. Cruising, and it's supposed to be 300. There we go. That's our cruising altitude for the day is 30,000 feet. Perfect. Flight plan, let's have a look. NZCH departure. We are departing using, we're taking off from runway 02. MUKV 1P. MUKVIP. We'll insert that. Any transition, we can use Guput. Insert that. NZQN arrival, we're going to be using, we're going to set this up right now as a matter of fact. So RNAV F05 is the one that we need to use. And our arrival is going to be Eluru 4A. That's the one we're actually going to use. So let's insert that as well. Now if we look at here, we'll have a couple of discontinuities right there. Let's see. From Guput, We're supposed to follow airway Y266. We're supposed to go towards El Rouv. El Rouv. Let's set that in. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. So now if we go to flight plan, you can see that we don't have, oh, we do have one discontinuity, but that should go away. There we go. Brilliant. So now if we go through our flight plan, we have a complete flight plan. Just like that. Brilliant. Looking good. Looking good. Brilliant. Okay, we can go to GSX and try and see if we can request boarding here. Plane biz handling. Sure, why not? Perfect. Let's go outside. Oh, I just noticed something. This is weird, to say the least. The gate. What on earth is that? Huh. Okay, that is some odd scenery there. It's because of GSX. I believe it's because of GSX that the gate literally came out of there. It's kind of weird, you think? That's weird indeed. Anyway, both the cargo doors are open. Only the rear cargo loader is in place though. So I have no idea what's going on here. There are the cargo pellets coming up. Very weird here. But okay, that's 2024 for you. Anyway, I'd be surprised if everything was working right out of the box. Boarding passengers now, and everything else is looking pretty decent here. While that is happening, let's go to plan mode. Let's have a look here, shall we? That looks right. Perfect. That looks right. And ta-da. Okay, missed approach is right there too, so that'll hold at L. Okay, that is all looking good. That is looking good. That is looking brilliant. Perfect. Let's go back to arc mode. Let's increase the range here. No, we'll increase the range on this one. Brilliant. Okay, let's set up our autopilot. QNHQ 1009. Okay. Speed here. Let's set up flight directors on both sides. Speed available. Why isn't manage mode available on the speed? It's kind of weird. Cruising altitude today is supposed to be what again? 33,000 feet? I forget. So yeah, I think 33,000 feet is supposed to be cruising altitude. 30,000 feet, my bad. So I'm just gonna bring that down here. 30,000 feet, that's fine. But what doesn't make sense to me is that this is not available. Manage mode on speed is not available. We've got the heading, we got this, but so VNAV mustn't be working then. Something is wrong with VNAV in that case, because we don't have VNAV working for us. That is kind of weird. I don't know why exactly that's not working. I haven't flown this aircraft in a while. So I'm thoroughly lost here. Perhaps there's something that I'm missing. But manage mode on speed. Oh, I know why. We haven't finished setting up the FMC. See? Okay, I'm so rusty on this one. Never mind. Let me go towards performance. We have a lot to do here, as a matter of fact, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay, this is already done, right? It's already done. That's great. So if I come to this right here, I need to sync this, calculate that. There we go. All that is looking good. And flex 58, V1, V2, V3, MTOW, performance, that. THS 0.0 down. Okay. That's looking good. So let's come here. Let's go there. 149. 149. Oh, 148, sorry. 148, 152, 155. That's fine. Transition altitude 13,000 feet. Takeoff shift none. Do we have one? No, we don't. We're not using a takeoff shift. 58. Did I say? I hope I said shift. Well, I meant shift. 58 and okay, that is all looking good. Okay, flex 58. Flaps 1/0. Okay. 1/0.0 down. Okay, same thing. Confirm takeoff data. Next phase. Do we need to do this? No, not gonna do it. I think we are okay here. Yeah, I think we're okay. Next phase, cruise, next phase. Okay, that is all fine. Landing configuration is full. 132, landing speed 127. Okay, fine. That's all cool. Okay, anything else we need to do here? ILS frequency 11. Okay, we don't have an ILS frequency today, do we? Not really. Okay, that is all fine. That is all fine. Okay. Now, we should have manage mode, and there it is. Got manage mode available on speed. Looking good. Looking all good. Okay, I think we can get on out of here if the boarding process is finished. Okay, still a bit more going. Since the boarding process is happening here, let's go ahead and turn on the APU, shall we? Let's turn on APU. There we go. APU is coming to life. Flap open. Need to close this door up. There we go. APU coming to life. It's a good looking aircraft, this one. I'm just not a big fan of the A320 and A319 and all that stuff. A321 I can live with a little bit more, but not a big fan of the A320X series. That's why I don't usually fly them. I thought, you know what, it's been a real long time since I flew this aircraft, so I gotta jump in here. There we go, not too terrible. Not too terrible. Okay. Alrighty, what now? What now? We just gotta get ready for departure pretty much. So I'm just gonna say prepare for pushback and departure as soon as boarding is finished. That'll happen, and that'll get us out of here. Do we have anything to set up in the meantime? Where is the TCAS system? Good lord, how much of this have I forgotten? Where is the TCAS? TCAS is on standby at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, TCAS is on standby. Is cargo door closing? Not yet. Oh, come on. Where is it? Where is the TCAS stuff? It's a weather radar. We'll turn that on in a bit. Where is the TCAS? I seem to have forgotten. I seem to have forgotten where the TCAS is. Huh. How do I turn on the TCAS on this thing? Good lord, isn't it supposed to be somewhere here? What? I don't remember. I don't remember where the TCAS is. Why am I struggling to find a TCAS? This is so weird because I can't find the TCAS. Come on, TCAS, you're supposed to be somewhere here, aren't you? That's a weather radar right there. I hope it's off. Yeah, I hope it's off. Okay. I'm afraid I have no idea where the TCAS is. I thought it was here. What is going on right now? Okay, this thing is acting really weird for me. I have no idea where the TCAS is. Unfortunately, I have no idea where it is. Okay. Said how badly I've forgotten the A320 and A321 that I can't find the TCAS. Good lord. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, are we done with the boarding is the question. Because it doesn't seem like we are. Doesn't seem like we are. Ah, that's bothering me though. Where is the TCAS on this thing? Isn't it supposed to be somewhere here? Or do you turn that on from the FMC? In it. How did I do that again? McDo menu. I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Alright, man. I have no idea where it is. Airport ATC com. No, no, no. Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea where it is. No problem. Okay, we should be done with boarding here. It's taken boarding completed, boarding GPU. Okay, you know what? Let's get rid of the GPU now. Let's get rid of the GPU. There we go. Let's get rid of the GPU. Ground services, cargo door. Close it up. Toggle the GPU there. There we go. We're now getting ready, ladies and gentlemen, to get on out of here. So let's do that. So go ahead and turn on the fuel pumps. Put our beacon lights to on shortly. All right, I can see nobody in the chats. Locking gear. I've forgotten which way we're supposed to turn. It's supposed to be nose to the right. Let's head in there. Let's put our beacon lights to on. Let's come here and let's release the parking brake. Ah, there it is. There is the TCAS right there. Found it, ladies and gentlemen. Found it. Found it. Okay, let's start up our engines without any further delay, shall we? Okay, ignition start right there. And let's flick open engine number 1 here. Wait, hold on. Is bleed air on? Is APU bleed on? No, it isn't, is it? APU bleed is not on. There we go. APU bleed on. Now let's go ahead and flick that open. There we go. There we go. That pushback is not behaving properly. Look at our nose wheel. Again, 2024, it's a surprise if everything goes well. Oh, we got a takeoff of an ATR right there. Very nice. Okay, where on earth is it taking us, for the love of God? Yeah, I'm just going to ask the pushback to stop now. Okay. Parking brake is set. Okay, engine is looking good. Available. Let's go ahead and flick open engine number 2 there. Very not much in the way of engine sounds there. Okay. It's fine. What's happening with the pushback? Why hasn't it disconnected? Okay, there we go. Now he's going to disconnect it. So yeah, a little bit of hiccups here and there, but overall going well. Both engines on, so we can put the ignition to normal now. We can turn off our APU. We can turn off our APU bleed as well. That is looking good. What else do we need to do? What else? Oh, nothing else here apart from passenger signs, which should have been on by now. There we go. We'll turn on our taxi lights and we'll get on out of here very, very soon. I think we're supposed to be sitting a little higher than this. If I'm not mistaken, we should be. Not too sure about that. We seem to be okay. All right. Goodbye, sir. Let's go ahead and turn on our taxi lights there. That can go to 2. That's pretty much it, huh? That is pretty much it. Okay. If we want, we could take a look at our flight controls somewhere here. I don't know where they are. Yeah, we could take a look at our flight controls there. There we go. Looking good. Fortnite says hello. Hello there, Fortnite. How are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Okay. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent indeed. We can arm that. We can set auto brake to maximum. We can also put our flaps down. There we go. Flaps going down. Okay, we can now also turn on our weather stuff. We do that. We can do that. Yeah, so that's fine. Yep, there we go. TCAS. We'll worry about TCAS when we're actually right about to take off or something. So we'll worry about it then. I subbed. Fortnite says I subbed. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much indeed. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy it here. Hope you enjoy it indeed. Now I'm having a tough time here trying to turn on the TCAS. For some reason TCAS is there we go. Found it. I found it. It's okay. I think we can work with this, if I'm not completely mistaken. So for the time being, I'm just gonna go to normal and I'm gonna put it on standby, and then I'll come back to it right before we take off. I believe that's correct. All right. Let's release our parking brake. If it will let me. There we go. Parking brake released. Let's get on out of here. Let's get on out of here. Give it a bit of throttle. There we go. Brilliant. It's a little bit too much of throttle. Okay, we basically just gotta follow the Q400 ahead of us. To put some gap between us and the Q400 there. Crossing the runway. That's pretty much okay. The Q400 is one of my favorite aircrafts. Sad that there isn't one in Microsoft Flight Simulator that's decent. So yeah, looking forward to Q400 showing up in Microsoft Flight Simulator at some point. But yeah, there is a really good one in X-Plane, so I need to look into that. Yeah, we're following it a little too closely, aren't we? Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. This aircraft is a bit slippery. It's a bit slippery than I would like it to be, but it is slippery. What is this thing doing? The throttle isn't exactly working the way I want it to, but let's see how that turns out. That sucks. Anyway. I don't know how to work with this TCAS, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. We shall figure it out. Okay, Mr. Q400, I'm gonna wait here for a little bit. If this one decides to take too long, then I'm just gonna go through him pretty much. Okay, brilliant. That's good. What a beautiful looking aircraft the Q400 is. I love the landing gear, the main landing gear, I love it. Okay. Just gonna put on the brake here. I'm going to turn on our landing lights in advance. Nose light to take off. Strobe lights on. Anything else we need to do up here? No. Takeoff configuration is normal, pretty much. There we go. Landing light, a parking brake, a TCAS. How do we turn on TCAS now? I want it only on TA, but how do I change that? That is the question. That is the question. Okay, I don't know. No idea how to turn on the TCAS on this thing. Because it still says TCAS standby, so I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea. So if somebody does know how to work with this TCAS, do let me know, because I have no idea. It's my first time flying this aircraft. No clue. None whatsoever. Has he taken off? Oh. Ah, there he goes. There they go. Okay. Let's now, let's take off, shall we? Let's just take off here. I'm not going to figure this TCAS out anyway, so let's just get on out of here. Let's get on out of here. Unfortunately, there must be something I can do to this. Nope. Niente. Wait, hold on. Found it. I think I found it. Yeah, let's stop here at the stop bar, because I think I found it. There it is. There is TCAS right there. TCAS mode. Oh, it's working. Oh, this should be on. That's on normal. It's TCAS. Oh, it still says standby. ATC mode automatic. There we go. Solved it. Solved it. How did I just do that, by the way? Oh yeah, this. Excellent. Normal and TA is the mode that I like to fly on. I don't like TA, RA. I like to keep it on TA for the time being. Perfect. Found it. Brilliant. Didn't think I was going to, but lucky we did. Let me give it a bit of throttle here. Give it a bit of throttle here. Okay, that wasn't too bad for an aircraft I've never flown, but I've been in this live stream for about an hour. We need to get the hell out of here. So let me try and do that as quickly as possible. Just some teething issues as it's a new aircraft, but beyond that, nothing else. Let me turn this around. Come on. Come on, turn around. Just like that, mate. Perfect. Brilliant. And let's go. I don't know why the takeoff inhibit is there, but I'm going in. There we go. Get up. Just like that. We can go flaps up. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, leaving behind Christchurch, pretty much. Easy takeoff there. Wasn't expecting it to go that smooth. But nice and easy. Let's manually fly this thing for a bit, shall we? Very nice. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me give it off to the autopilot so we can have a look at the views here. Okay, let's put our throttle down to the climb detent. There we go. Brilliant. There we go. That looks good. Perfect. Perfect. Let's take a look at the views, shall we? Those sounds are not too terrible. Although the textures on the ground, as usual, terrible in 2024. It's not looking too terrible. Let's get on out of here. Leaving behind Christchurch with some absolutely horrid textures on the ground, typical for 2024, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Let us see how this goes. Let me head back into the cockpit here. We need to put our ground spoilers to disarmed. That's all good. Nose light to fully off. 8,300 feet already, climbing steeply here. Okay, manage mode please on that. Okay, I think everything is doing its job. Yeah, it is. 10,000 feet coming up, nearly. There we go. So, yeah. Just gonna go ahead and turn off our landing lights and retract them. Nav lights and logo lights, that's on. Wing lights are off, that's looking good. Passenger signs to automatic please. Anything else we need to do up here? Absolutely not. Down here everything else is looking good, and we are looking good. Yep, everything looking absolutely perfect. Yep, there we go. Normal, ladies and gentlemen, normal. Let me increase the range on this thing here. Increase the range on that as well. Brilliant. Perfect. All looking absolutely fine here. Everything is working the way it should. Yes, it is. Okay, great. Great. Yeah, I'm not going to complain too much about the engine sounds. I've definitely heard much, much worse. Aviation Trey says hello on Twitch. Hello, mate. How are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you doing, Mr. Aviation Trey? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my channel on Twitch. Doing good, thanks. Just scrolling through the category and found you. All right. Good to hear that you're doing well, mate. I appreciate you tuning into the stream. Yeah, I'm pretty new on Twitch here. I've been on YouTube just a little while. My channel's still quite new and quite small, but very new on Twitch. But yes, glad to come across you. Glad to come across. I take it that you are a flight sim enthusiast if you're looking for that category on Twitch. Okay, we need to switch our QNH here, so let's do that. Oh, good lord. Ah, there it is. Ah, yeah. What do you usually fly? Do you fly the do you fly Microsoft Flight Sim or X-Plane 12 or FSX? What do you fly? What do you usually like to dabble in terms of flight sim, my good sir? Brilliant. There's the airport. We've completed a U-turn basically, and we're heading down mainland New Zealand, right? Just like that. And there's the coastline right there. MSFS and X-Plane 12. I actually developed a plane for X-Plane. Did you know? What? Which aircraft did you develop for X-Plane 12? I am very new to X-Plane 12, quite frankly, so I'm still learning it. But as soon as I'm a little bit more into it, I'm going to start streaming and making videos on X-Plane 12 as well. But at the moment, quite new to it. But I really love X-Plane 12. The A330. What? You developed the A330 for X-Plane 12. So which A330? Are you talking about the default A330-200? Are you talking about the default A330 in X-Plane or some other add-on? Okay, just a quick scan across our instruments here. Third-party add-on, Aerogenesis. Oh, okay. I must say I haven't heard of Aerogenesis before. I mean, I'm new to X-Plane anyway, so I doubt I've heard it. But I'll check that out. A330. Okay. And how would you rate your own aircraft? In all honesty, how would you rate it yourself? How would you rate it? If you compared it to like the default A330, how would you rate it? Okay, so as you can tell, Queenstown is just about 160 nautical miles away from us, which, you know, isn't that far at all. So we'll be there in no time. 160 nautical miles is where, in your honest opinion, it needs a lot of improving. Right. I mean, I really appreciate the honesty on that part there, but I'll check that out. What do you think you're lacking in the most? Aerogenesis A330. I don't really like the team I'm working with either. Lots of a lack of communication, sadly. Ah, yes, man. For a project like that can be quite bad for a project such as developing an aircraft. So yeah, I feel your pain there. I definitely feel your pain there. You know what? Let me check that out right now. Aerogenesis. Check that out right now. A330. Okay. Okay. Let me have a look at it. As much as I'm new to X-Plane, I've had quite an extensive look at the different aircraft available for it, because I was looking for making my purchases quite wisely. And I do have quite a good idea of the different A330s already available for X-Plane 12. So let me have a quick look at your Aerogenesis one. It might just be. Let me have a look at it. In the meantime, let me also give ourselves some other views here. Okay, those are the views available to us by default on the external. Not the best in the world if you ask me, so why don't we head on over to this view right here for the time being while I check out Aerogenesis. Aerogenesis A330. It doesn't look bad at all from the outside, from what I'm seeing. Okay. What part of the aircraft are you particularly in charge of, if you can say? Like, are you part of the systems development or exterior, or what are you doing? So I gotta say, on first look, this thing looks quite good. Yeah, it does look quite good from the outside. Take a look at the cockpit. Cockpit doesn't look bad at all. You've got that tab there. That doesn't look terrible. I'm mainly working on the interior systems like the AP and nav systems. Okay, that's great. That is great. I have to say, man, this aircraft doesn't look too bad at all. I haven't heard about it before. That is kind of weird. Okay. How would you compare this? I mean, since you're already on the team, it also seems to have good reviews too. Okay, did not know. I did not know. That is quite good. It's quite good. AP and nav systems. And are the systems working well? Like the autopilot and the nav, are they working well, or a little bit basic at the moment? How would you say? Okay, all right. This is good stuff, man. I'm definitely gonna be using it. You know what? Let me use this thing because this is looking good. From what I've read, you have reworked the A330-300 by Laminar Research, right? So you've improved it, I'm guessing. I'm already a huge fan of the default A330 in X-Plane 12, so if you have worked to improve it, then I think you might just have another fan of your work. They're working very well. I think we have had one issue reported with the AP, but we managed to fix that straight away. That sounds great, man. That sounds great. So it must be, yeah, that is cool. That is cool. I'm definitely saving this one. You know, as a matter of fact, let me tell you this. My first flight on X-Plane 12 that I'm going to stream, or I'm going to record a video on, whatever it is that I'm going to do, because I still haven't introduced it on my channel, I'm going to do it using your aircraft. Let me do it. That's my way of just showing little thanks for tuning in here. It's a little thanks for tuning in here. So I'll use the Aerogenesis A330 as my first X-Plane 12 flight on the channel. So that'll be cool. That's great, man. I appreciate it a lot, Aviation Trade. I appreciate that a lot. Great. I should get Discord. I'll look into that as well. But I have my hands full at the moment with the stuff. So yeah, that is something I'm definitely not going to forget. Aerogenesis A330 is going to be the first aircraft that I'm going to fly on X-Plane 12, and I'm very close to starting X-Plane 12 on my channel as well. It's not going to be too long, because honestly, man, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is eating my brain. What time is it currently for me? It's early morning. It's early morning. I should seriously be in bed at this time. But yeah. I should seriously be in bed, but I'm a flight sim nut job myself. So yeah, I'm trying to get more active on the channel, you know, it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing, but I'm trying to get more active on the channel, so let's see how that goes. Live streaming and videos, and I've had so many issues. Like just today, I attempted to record so many videos, and 2024, my goodness, one issue after another. I've had enough. I've had my fill of it. I really want to go to Explain 12, at least in between to cushion, you know. It's 1:38 a.m. for me. Damn, I appreciate you being on the stream, mate. I appreciate you being on the stream, yeah. It is a nightmare. Tell me about it. 2024 is a nightmare. I mean, every time there's an update, or you hear all the big flight simmers, you know, all the major flight simmers talking about, oh, now it's good now, it's good now, it's good now. I don't know what they're on about, because it's still pretty trash. You know, I mean, just look at this right now. Tell me, like, look, why are the ground textures so terrible? I don't understand. Right? That is something I complain about on every video and stream of mine. And that is something I really don't like. In all honesty, the lighting in Explain is better. The systems in Explain is better. Everything, the default airports are better. Explain to me seems like a better option. I know some people are like, oh, it's not as good graphically and whatever, but is that true? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Yeah. Same issue, right? That is exactly what the problem is. I think I've become a real fan of Explain 12 graphics too. They've improved so much. And I don't know, if you're a hardcore flight simmer, if you were flight simming long before MSFS 2020, which is when flight simming kind of became like mainstream and everybody was trying it. But before that, if you're a hardcore flight simmer, you know, Explain's the way to go. I mean, graphics aren't really your priority. I don't know how to explain this, but MSFS has graphics that make it look like a game. Just saying. The whole ambience is different. That's just my opinion on it. That's just my opinion on it. Okay. So, we're going along here with a 101 knot wind, with a very large crosswind component and a large tailwind component hitting us. And as you can tell, our aircraft is... hey. Well, at least we'll get there quicker, hopefully. But yeah. This aircraft by IniBuilds for a default aircraft is not too bad at all. I mean, I've had far worse by default in 2024. And as you guys know, most of the default aircrafts in 2024 are just there for the sake of being there. They're absolute, quite frankly, for lack of a better word, garbage. But this one is an exception. This one is actually pretty decent for an A320. It is pretty decent. I'm sure the Phoenix one is far better, but, you know, this is not too bad considering it's a default aircraft. And I'm enjoying it so far, which is weird for me to say. I don't really like flying the A320, but I like this one. Yeah, IniBuilds is good. I just have a few issues with some of their stuff. And the only thing I don't like about IniBuilds is I feel like they peddle their stuff too much with the big flight simmers, you know? The hype is too big. But their actual work isn't too bad at all. They also give out lots and lots of updates, which is a good thing. Their texture work is really good. But yeah, the A350 for me was a little bit of a question mark. But yeah, IniBuilds in general are good, and most of the default aircraft in 2024 that are IniBuilds are good. Like the A330 is pretty decent, the default one in 2024. Pretty good indeed. So yeah, happy about that. It's very late for me, so I'm not gonna head off now, but I've dropped you a follow and we'll definitely be back here again. See you later. Thank you very much, Aviation Trey. I appreciate you, man. Good night, and I shall catch you again soon. Okay. If we take a look at the textures here, that is really good work there. See ya. Bye-bye. Good night. Thanks once again. That was Aviation Trey, everybody. Anyway, looking at the textures here, as you can tell, real nice. Real nice there. I like that. That is very good work. Very typical of IniBuilds to make really good textures. Beautiful stuff. I have to say, I'm enjoying this aircraft so far. Except for that takeoff inhibit sign that you guys saw while I was taking off. I don't know if you noticed that. But I've been having that issue with every single IniBuilds Airbus aircraft. A takeoff inhibit. So, and I've been seeing that on a lot of other streams as well. So I'm not entirely sure if it's something I'm doing wrong or if there's a bug. Because the takeoff configuration says it's perfectly normal. So I have no idea. Nonetheless. Oh, we had a message on the FMC. What does it say? Check destination data. Okay. We can do that. Progress is... Okay. Wait, what am I looking for right now? Oh yeah, destination data. Sorry. Performance, next phase. Okay, QNH, where we're landing. Where we're landing, the QNH is currently 1010. 1010. Temperature is supposed to be 10 degrees. So, it's 10 degrees there. Wind. 256. So 256 knot. Transition altitude 15,000. V approach 131. Landing 126. And yeah, that looks fine. That looks just fine. There we go. Brilliant. Top of descent is coming up actually. It's not too far away. How far are we from top of descent? About 20 nautical miles. 20 something, maybe 22, somewhere there. Nautical miles away. But that's about it. That's about it. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Yeah, there we go. About 20 nautical miles away, and that's literally it. So we're going to be coming into our landing any second here. Ooh, look at that wing flex. Little bit of a bump there, very nice to see. I need to change this view. This view isn't exactly what I'm looking for, is it? Probably something like this is what I'm looking for. That view isn't what I'm looking for per se. So I need to change that. I need to change that view. Okay, you know what? For the time being, I'll leave it. Yeah, for the time being, we'll leave it like this, but that is not the view that I'm looking for. This one is fine though. Real nice. Real nice, ladies and gentlemen. Real nice. Let's come to our tablet here. Cabin lights are off. All that is looking good. Let's update some data here. Yep, that's all right. Perfect. Brilliant. 10 nautical miles away to top of descent. Let's take a quick look outside. Okay, and in today's stream, I'm glad to announce that both on Twitch and MSFS in general, I have not had any issue with the encoder overloading that I've been experiencing in the previous stream. So I would say that I've gotten around that. But let me play around a little bit more with the settings. Perhaps I can get higher quality out on Twitch. On YouTube, this is pretty much max, I believe. Anyway, Glad to see that that's under control. I'll take a look at it and make sure that I have the Twitch thing optimized as well. Now that people have actually started watching on Twitch, which is fantastic news. Great. Our angle of attack is pretty high here, isn't it? Well, not too terrible. Let's go back inside. Top of descent coming up right there. So, let's see if it automatically gets us down here, which it should. Top of descent reached. Okay. Come on, bring us down here. Oh yeah, we need to. Sorry, my bad. Descent, ladies and gentlemen. We've begun our descent there. Let's come down here, see what the altitude we need to descend down to is. Around 4,400. 4,000 actually. Yeah, we can descend down to about 4,000 here. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, about 4,120. So we'll go down to 4,000 feet here. Let's head down to 4,000 feet, shall we? Let's just head down straight to 4,000 feet. There we go. Descent has begun. There's an altitude restriction at 10,000 feet, and that's okay. Why is our speed increasing, crawling up? That is a little too fast for my liking. Little too fast for my liking, but we're looking okay. We are looking okay. Descending a little steeply though. Definitely descending a little too steeply there. Okay, a little bumpy ride as well. Looking good though. Very nice. Alright, I'm gonna head back into the cockpit now and take a look at our descent there. Coming into Kaslu. Okay, we need to drop in speed, but apart from that, everything is looking pretty good. I'm not gonna turn on my the passenger signs just yet. I'm gonna wait for 10,000 feet. But we are looking good, and these shadows are looking absolutely brilliant. We're flying live time and live weather. Yeah, live time, live weather, which is fantastic. There we go, we're flying fully live. Yep. Good. Good, 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 which is what I like to see. Which is what I like to see. Okay. Brilliant. No live players, obviously. That's how I usually fly, but yeah. Looking good. we're coming into some weather. Perhaps there's a little bit of something going on, but I don't think we're gonna have any issues today. Okay, not too far away from our runway here. It's gonna get intense very, very quickly. It's gonna get intense very, very quickly. Heading on towards Mabga. Okay, we need to change our QNH there. Transition altitude was 15,000 if I'm not wrong. Local pressure 1010. Perfect. Perfection. We're looking good. How do we turn off TCAS? Perfect. Okay, we can do that quickly after we land, so not a big deal. Weather radar too. Don't want to be cooking anybody. If I turn this off, there we go. There we go. Brilliant. System 2 and System 1 both working well. Alright, let me just take a look at what the passenger is saying as we dip beneath the clouds here. Not too bad. Looks exciting, doesn't it? And the approach into Queenstown is a tricky one. Oh, we're turning. Let's go to the other side. There we go. Look at the mountains. And if it wasn't for those terrible textures in 2024 that I always complain about, this would have looked so much better. Look at the pixelation on that. That is not good, man. That is not good. But hopefully it gets better once I download using the Sim Update 3, but I'm still on Sim Update 2. I don't like using the beta releases. Anyway. Okay, that's much better there. Look at that. We should drop our flaps to position number 1. There we go. Okay, we're real close now to landing. There isn't much left. So I should probably go ahead and turn on Sky Dolly. So we've got landing replay available to us. So let's do that. Let me start Sky Dolly. Sky Dolly has been started. Brilliant. Okay. We seriously need to slow down at this point, don't we? Yeah, we do. We're very close to the airport here. We need to slow down. Come on, mate. Slow this thing down. We have a better look here. Yeah, we're right there. We are right there. There's the airport right there. Ugh. It's less than 10 nautical miles away. Come on. Gotta slow down here. Speed error at waypoint let... Oh god, okay. Come on, we gotta slow down here. Gotta slow down, mate. 185, 163. Okay, let me drop the flaps again. We need to seriously slow down now. Got a altitude restriction there as well. Okay, there we go. Descend, please. A little bit steep there. Okay, and let's go down and bring our flaps down again. Let's drop our gear here in preparation for landing. Dropping gear. There we go. Real nice. Okay, very good. Head back in there. Full flaps. Ready for landing. 137. 126 estimated landing speed. That is correct right there. We are descending down towards 4,000 feet and we have no visuals. Oh, good lord, this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. We have no visuals. We have no visuals. I'm gonna turn off the weather on here so I can have a better look at it. That is not looking good. That is not looking good. Oh, we're in the rain. Do we have visual? Come on, head me down towards 4,000 feet, please. Quickly. Okay, I have visual. I have visual of the airport, which is right here. And there's visual of the runway right there. Brilliant. Disconnecting autopilot. My aircraft. That's okay. My aircraft. There we go. Brilliant. Flaps down. Everything is ready. Speed brakes armed. Medium. All that is on. Runway turn-off lights on. All that is great. We'll set that to taxi. That is all on. It's supposed to be on. Why is it off? Anyway, whatever. My aircraft. There we go. I have visual. I am proceeding with landing. Looking good. Looking good here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, my aircraft. Coming in a bit too hot here, but that's okay. Coming in a bit too hot. And we're gonna turn in steep here. There we go. Brilliant. Gonna float this a little bit by the looks of it. Okay, we're a little too steep. We should have done a go around, I guess, but we're okay. We've got enough room here to land, hopefully. Okay. Gonna float her in.
20. Retard.
Okay, there we go. Reverse applied. Full brakes. Oh god, we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop. And and boom. There we go. That's a crash for sure. That is a crash for sure. I should have gone round. I should have gone round. Yep. You know what I can do? I know what I can do. 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 Let's reattempt that, shall we? Let's reattempt that landing right here. There we go, my aircraft. There we go. I'm gonna also ask for speed brakes here. And then let's see. Gear is down. Yes, it is. Flaps are full. Let's attempt this landing now, shall we? Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's see if we can make it from here. It was still coming in too fast, too hot. Good lord, this is rough. Going to ignore the warnings. Coming in steep. Auto brake, medium.
Retard.
Come on, stop. I know you can stop. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. There we go. There we go. Made it. Made it. Okay. I don't know why the reverse thrust didn't go off, but okay, we're good. There we go, we actually made it. Okay. Literally had to turn on the parking brake to do that. There we go. Let's turn ourselves around at the runway. That is one way to land an aircraft. Oh, good lord, it's been a long time since I've landed into this place. But that's an interesting landing right there. That is a tutorial on how not to land an aircraft, ladies and gentlemen. That is a tutorial on how not to land an aircraft. Okay, we should have gone round. But instead, we decided, you know what? We're gonna force our way in there. Look at these terrible textures. Why is the texture so terrible? Look at that. That's not good. That is not good. Okay. Let's backtrack into the airport now. But interesting there. Landing lights off, taxi lights on, runway turn off. I'm gonna keep that off actually. Actually, I'll leave it on. Leave that on. Okay, what else? We'll have a look at the landing replay, but it's kind of not exactly a landing, is it? Yeah. I should have paid more attention as we came into land, but so yeah, should have definitely gone round number one. Okay, firstly, should have paid more attention as we came into land. Secondly, should have gone round. And thirdly, I should have just, well, at least we managed to go back and make a landing there. So that's something. That is something indeed. I need to keep flying in this place. That was really fun though. As much as I screwed that up, that was really fun. TCAS on standby, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, great. It is on standby, just making sure it is. Brilliant. Before I turn off here, I also want to make my weather systems off. Just so we don't burn anybody or cook anybody who's going to be near the aircraft. Okay, welcome to Queenstown, everybody. After that very, very foolish landing attempt by me the first time around. The second time we managed to bring her back on the ground, but that's exactly how not to land an aircraft. Okay, so this is a handcrafted airport, apparently. And it looks pretty decent, especially with the hill. There's the background there. It looks pretty good. I'm not sure whether we'll clip the wing of that one right there, but let's find out. There we go. Welcome to Queenstown. And before we go any further with our flight here today, let's go ahead and take a look at our landing replay, which I kind of have already available to us. Lucky. I wouldn't exactly, not something I'm proud to present, but let's take a look at how we did. Let's take a look at how we did. Rewinding, give me a second. Okay. Let's rewind that further. Good. How far along do we have available for landing replay? Okay. So let's see how we did on that landing. The second attempt, to be entirely honest with you. Right there, let's see how we went. Okay, all right. It's back to normal. Brilliant. Let's see how we did. Look at that approach right there. We should have clearly abandoned this. But, yeah. Let's just take a look at what we did here. Gotta say, as much as I messed up, that was a fun landing though. That was a fun landing. Okay, here we go. Floater, obviously, a little bit dry because we're coming in real quick there, but the touchdown itself, quite smooth. Obviously, we had reverse thrust going, but in the replay mode, reverse thrust isn't really functioning as it should, but that's okay. Really nice. Really, really nice. Okay. Very nice. Let's check that out from another view, shall we? Yeah, how about this one? No, you know what we'll do? We'll go into the cabin. There we go. Let's check out this view. Let's check out this view. Okay. Good Lord, these textures. I mean, how terrible can it be? Look at this. That's not cool. And yeah. Considering the approach, not the worst landing in the world considering the approach, was it? Not at all. Not at all. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see what the passenger experienced on that particular approach, shall we? Let's check that out from this view first. That must have been a hell of a ride. Okay. There we go. All right. We'll check out the view from the other side of the cabin. And we shall go ahead and shut down this aircraft after that. Very, very interesting, to say the least. So let's check out from the other side, shall we? Okay, rewinding it. And let's play. Final landing replay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how that went. So now that means I got 3 redemptions to do. I have to land at Cork, I have to land at Liverpool, and now I have to land at Queenstown. I have to redeem myself in 3 landings. That is not good. That is not good, man. I gotta redeem myself. Okay. Oh, good Lord, 2024 and your textures. Anyway. Wasn't too terrible. Let's go ahead and skip towards the parking, shall we? Then we shall shut down our aircraft. And I'll wind up this live stream. There we go. Brilliant. We head into the cockpit here. Let me run the APU pretty much. I'll give it a couple of seconds. Start the APU. I'll also attach the GPU. And I shall get that running. Parking brake is on, confirmed. That is done, that is done. Flaps up, please. Auto brake off. Let's go ahead and shut down those engines. There we go. Let's now ask GSX to come on, deboard. Okay. Brilliant. There we go. Stand by there. Should be off. We did turn that off, but replay mode put all of that back on. So there you go. There you go. Alrighty. Is there anything else we need to do here? Let's go up here. Got APU available, which means external power off. APU bleed can remain on for the time being. And crew can come off. Emergency lights disarmed. Beacon, wing, all of that. Strobe, that should all be off now. And it is. ADIR systems can be turned off. What else do we have? Pumps, fuel pumps. I will leave that on. But fuel pumps here off. These are... yeah, that's the hydraulic stuff. We can leave that on. Okay, great. Should leave it this way for the time being, eh? Yep. All right. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Got our passenger bus arriving. Got our flight attendants ready there. We've got the stairs attached, and there are passengers deboarding. Welcome to Queenstown, everybody. So I need to redeem myself by landing back into Queenstown, don't I? Yes, I do. Well, that I do. Okay, for this live stream, I guess I'm going to leave it here. I will be live within the next 16 hours for sure, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that little live. Interesting towards the end with the landing there. But yeah, it's been a while since I flew the A321, and it's been a while since I definitely flew into Queenstown, so I'm not complaining particularly about how it went. But yeah, other than that, very, very interesting. I'll definitely be flying the A321 more because this was actually fun to fly. It wasn't too terrible at all. So yeah, that is something. Okay, with that, I would like to leave this live stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. Fortnite and Aviation Tray. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, thank you for the follow and for the subs. And I shall catch you guys in the next stream. All right. Cheers.